Because of this virus or this disease that is called leprosy. Yes, in that time, leprosy was very dangerous, and leprosy, it was a dangerous disease. But in the surface of our living champion, I want to speak about a dangerous disease that is more dangerous than leprosy, than HIV/AIDS, than other disease. Is a disease that is called to forget. The spirit that makes people to forget is a dangerous disease. I want to pause it before us and say, do not forget. I want to speak about the title that says, do not forget, because to forget is a spirit that supersedes a person from his position, because the spirit to forget, you forget people who treat you well, you forget people who take care of you, and because of the spirit, because to forget, you know that at times people, they can forget good things that are awkward in their life and begin to not forget bad things. Now, we are on a Champion Sunday as we are starting our year that is called 2020. We are speaking about sustaining the dimension. So we cannot sustain a dimension if we are still being pneumat or being boxed by the spirit that is called the spirit to forget the good things. Because if you forget good things, now in many times people are good to store negative things. If I can do a wrong in your life, you will never forget the wrong things that I have done in your life. But good things in many times, champion, we are used to forget the good news that you forget about people who treat well, people who did tell you about the job, people who mentor you, people who tender you, people who inspire you, who become your mentor. And now, according to the book of Psalms 103, verse number 2, bless the Lord, O my soul, and forget none of his benefit, because now David is telling us the identification. He says, bless the Lord, O my soul, and forget none of his benefit, because they are benefits. They are benefits from God. There is a love of God. There is a grace from God. But if you are being human by the spirit of to forget, because when you are used to forget, you even create parameters, you create paramounts, you create limitation with the spirit to forget. So now David says, bless the Lord, oh my soul, and forget none of his benefits. As we are starting on our Champion Sunday, I want to declare to somebody, do not forget the benefit from God. Do not forget what the Lord has done for you and your family. He has done greater things for us. He has done marvelous things. They are certain benefits. If you forget, you will forget those say, he paid you to us, and he ate unto us. That is say, bless the Lord, O my soul, and forget none of his benefit. Now, according to the book of 2 Kings, chapter number 17, verse number, and the covenant that I have made with you, and you shall not forget, because the spirit, to forget is a spirit, to forget is a disease. Now is a spirit. There are people, it's easier for them to forget. Even if you can take care of them and treat well and reception them, it's easier for them to forget. Now, according to the book of 2 Kings, chapter number 17 and verse number 38, and now the covenant that I have made with you, because there is a covenant that has been made with us as believers. We are under the covenant. We are ruled by the covenant. We are the generation of the covenant. But there is a fundamental here. If we forget the covenant that we have made with our God, with our Lord. He said, I have made this covenant with you. I want to declare, as we are about to vacate, as we are about to start 2021, you must make sure that you don't forget the covenant that has been made with you. The covenant, there is a covenant. We are the generation of the covenant. We are the tribe of the covenant. Do not forget the covenant because of lack, because of things that they don't happen the way you wish, the way you plan. Although things may fall apart, do not allow the covenant. So now I have made, God say, I have made a covenant. You shall not forget the covenant. You shall fear other gods. So now there is this spirit when we break a covenant with our God. In other words, we enter into a wrong covenant. If you break the wrong fellowship, you will enter into the right fellowship. And if you break the right fellowship, you will enter into a wrong fellowship. Now there are people who fellowship with a wrong fellowship, like Adam and Eve. They were in a right fellowship, oh God, and they fellowship with God. And now the Bible says every time in the evening God was ascending, visiting them, and the Bible says when God vacated, and the Bible says and the snake came and started a new fellowship. There are people who are in a wrong fellowship. May I declare as an oracle of God on the Champion Sunday, make sure as you begin your 2021, you join in the right fellowship and you run away from the wrong fellowship, because there is a wrong fellowship in the living of our surface. There are people who will come in your you well, because people, it's easier for them to forget, and especially we forget about those who show us love. We forget about those who treat us well. As you are starting your 2020, do not forget and acquire wisdom, acquire understanding. Do not forget or turn away from the weight of the mouth of God. God speak unto me, and God say something unto me, and no. Now it's easier for us to lose wisdom, to lose understanding, as the Bible says, my people are perishing based on the lack of knowledge. Do not forget those who treat you well. Do not forget your God. Do not forget your Maker. Don't forget. Don't turn away from the word of the mouth of God. According to the book of Psalms 74, verse number 23, it says, do not forget the voice of your adversary, because there is a voice of God, and there is a voice of the enemy. There is a voice of discouragement. There is a voice of naysayers. There is a voice of the people who say you are not going to make it, so on and so on. Now, if you forget the voice of God, and it is easier if you forget the voice of the enemy. So now the Bible is telling us that if you can forget the works of God, and if you forget the love of God and the miracle of God, and now do not forget the voice of your enemy, because if you don't know the voice of your enemy, it's easier for you to one to devour. I want to declare as the oracle of God, we know our enemy, and the Bible says we are not wrestling against flesh and blood, but we are against the principality and the power of the darkness. I'm not fighting another believers. I'm not fighting another pastors, but I'm against the principalities, the spiritual realm. We are fighting with the spirit that is looming over our head. And I declare as the oracle of God, according to the book of Jeremiah. Oh God, Jeremiah 23 verse number 40. He said, I will put an everlasting reproach on you, and an everlasting humiliation which will not be forgotten. May I declare as the oracle of God, may you allow God to give you something that you will say, I will never forget what the Lord has done. I will never. I say, let me rehearse what I'm saying. To forget is a painful disease. To forget is a dangerous sickness. To forget is a sickness. It's a sickness. There are people, you can give them food, you can give them clothes, you can show them love, they will forget. They will be enemy without a reason, basing on the sickness. See, for some God, the spirit to forget. If God emphasizes and begin to give a nullification, you say in the book of Psalms 103 verse number 2, do not forget. In the book of 2 Kings chapter number 17 verse number 38, he said do not forget. In the book of Proverbs chapter number 17 verse number 38, he began to give the nullification again. He said do not forget. In the book of Psalms 74 verse number 23, he said do not forget. In the book of Jeremiah, he said do not forget. And according to the book of Amos 8 verse number 7, and the Lord saw by the pride of Jacob, indeed I will never forget any of their deeds. So they are action of God. There is a love of God. You are still alive because God has protected you. Your family is still alive. You have seen 2021. God has carried you from last year up to this year. Do not forget the deeds of God. Do not forget what the Lord has done for you. According to the book of Deuteronomy 8 verse number 11 to 20, make sure that you don't forget, because to forget is a dangerous disease. You forget your mother, the one who carries you for 9 months. Dangerous disease is a spirit to forget. You hate people who show you love, who tell you many times that they love you, but today we are forgetting about them. Now to forget is a dangerous disease. He began to say, Deuteronomy 8 verse number 11 to 20, keep his command and his judgment and his statutes, which I have commanded thee in this day. 2021, I declare as the oracle of God, do not forget, he loves you. Do not forget, he is on your side. Do not not forget his judgment. Do not forget his data. Do not forget the command that I tell you about it today. According to the book of Proverbs, chapter number 3, verse number 1, it says, my son, forget not my law. My son, forget not my law, but let thy heart keep my commandment. I declare as the oracle of God, no matter what you face in life, no matter what the chronicles that you face or a storm that you face in your numbness, do not forget, my son, my son, my son, my son, my son, forget not my law, my son, let thy heart keep my commandment. I declare as the oracle of God, as I'm about to treat the tendency that we have as human beings, as people, as believers, is a tendency to forget God. We've got a tendency to forget God. When we have money, we forget God. When we have luxury cars, we forget about God. When we work, when we have a salary, we forget about God. When we drive cars, we forget about God. When we are married with our hubby and our lovey and honey, we forget about God. There are people, they make God a 10-1. South African police, we've got what is called a 10-1. I don't know in America, I don't know in London, but I want to tell you, God is not a police officer. It's not. We don't need God when things are bad. We need God in season. We need God out of season. I cannot forget about God. He has never forget about me. I cannot forget. So we've got a tendency. I declare champion whenever you are watching us from, make sure that you stop this tendency to forget about God. People when are sick, they are looking for God. When they've got a financial problem, they are looking for God. When they've got funerals, they are looking for God. God, he said to Moses, I'm not a doctor, but I am who I am. He said, I'm not an accountant. I am who I am. I'm not the nurse. I'm not the social worker. I am who I am. I'm not the magician. I am who I am. I'm not the prophet. I am who I am. I'm not the apostle. I am who I am. I'm not the bishop. I am who I am. I'm not anything that you can perceive. I in your mind what God has done for you. Remember what God has done for you. Take into account what God has done for you. Ladies and gentlemen, to forget is a dangerous disease. People die. They bayakhohlwa abantu ukuthi baphathe kahle. Mababheka namhlanje, they see you as an enemy. To forget is a dangerous disease. Let us close our eyes. Dear Father, dear Papa, I pray, help me to not forget. Help me to not forget. Can you help me? Help us as Christians to not forget the works and the love